and gentlemen, welcome back to OTS News. My name is Mean Marky T. Pile driving geeks. Since 1973, the biggest mark in the IWC. Sources indicate that WWE is aiming for record low ratings tonight as Braun Strowman battles Randy Orton in the main event of Monday Night Raw. Will the Strowman Express run through the Viper, or will Randy Orton sink his fangs into Braun Strowman and poison everybody aboard the Strowman Express? One thing is for certain, folks, many people will probably tune out once the third hour comes on, knowing that Braun Strowman is in the main event, because this show is fucking stupid. Also on tonight's show, ladies and gentlemen, Asuka once again. Yes, I said once again. Bruce. You fucking slob. How many times do we need to see these two in the ring? Asuka once again battles the android Charlotte Flair. Will Charlotte Flair no-sell everything and inject Asuka with a nice malware virus? Or does Asuka have virus protection against the android? These are questions that I hope we can find answers to this evening, ladies and gentlemen. Does Rhea Ripley get involved? I don't know. I don't fucking care. She shouldn't even be Raw Women's Champion. Ladies and gentlemen, I will be right back on OTS News after this small musical commercial break. Commercial break. Warning, warning, warning. Battery levels low. gentlemen, welcome back to OTS News, and what you just heard were the sweet sounds of Carl Casey. That was White Bat Audio with his song called The Dealer. News broke earlier in the day that Mia Yim and Shane Thorne are moving to SmackDown on Friday night. Now, one has to wonder what this means for their retribution gimmicks. My personal sources indicate that Mia Yim is moving to Friday night, but I did not uncover any new additional information on where Keith Lee is, as he is affiliated with Monday Night Raw. All that I know is that Mia Yim had prayed to the gods of wrestling every single night to get her off Monday Night Raw, and her prayers finally have been answered. Tonight's drink special at the bar, ladies and gentlemen, is the Android Malware Martini. I had to do the sound effect, folks. Otherwise, what kind of salesman am I? This one is a great one, folks. This is a strong one as well. If you guys want to know what it feels like to have a malware virus running through your circuit boards, well, then this one is for you. But you have a couple of these bad boys, and there's no way out of this one, man. You ain't no selling any of these drinks, I'll tell you that. And tonight's food special, ladies and gentlemen, is that there is no food special. Apparently construction is still ongoing in this fucking place. God! Look, I can't get any fucking work done around here, man. When is this construction going to be finished? Apparently they moved construction into the kitchen now. Titus is not here this evening, so you guys are gonna have to fend for yourselves. You're more than welcome to get trashed at the bar. JD is opening up the bar for happy hour all night until Raw ends, because it's gonna be one of those nights. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, the show is about to begin. This is your Monday Night Raw post show with your host, JD from New York. My name is Charlotte Flair. I have no fears. I am just a robot. I lack emotion. I don't sell for anyone I am in the ring with. I will bury Asuka. I will win the Raw Women's Championship. I will bury Rhea Ripley. I am overrated. Over.
Charlotte Flair in the main event. Oh my God, this show was terrible. We are live, man. The voice is back to 100%. But man, oh man, was this show absolutely terrible. Oh, God, this show sucks. Asuka and Charlotte Flair in the main event. Charlotte Flair beats up a referee because she lost. She's a sore loser. Apparently, she was updated with Windows 9 instead of Windows 10. I don't know. Braun Strowman and Drew McIntyre, Unmasked, T-Bar, and MACE. As if we didn't know who they were. And everybody in the IWC gets excited because Matt Riddle beat Randy Orton. Do you know what show you're watching? You fucking geeks. God. Community pisses me off, man. What are you excited about? It's not much to be excited about this show, man, but I'll tell you what, you're inside the venue. It's happy hour. Get your drinks. Get ready. This is the only post show you need right here for the Monday Night Raw post show on Off the Script. Foliage? Is this what you want? Mr. Dips? Is this what you want? Me standing in front of EC3 buying designer coats? Is this what you want? Me sitting in some hipster hotel in Williamsburg, Brooklyn, fluffing pillows? Is this what you want? I don't believe this. This graffiti art, the hotels, avocado toast. All I want is a fucking Guinness. An ice cold Guinness. What the hell does that mean? Oh, this is what you wanted. This is your Monday Night Raw review right here on Off the Script. What is going on, guys? Thank you so very much for joining me right here on Off the Script. This is your Monday Night Raw post show for April 19th, 2021. This show is it's been officially for the last few years. This is the absolute most dreadful wrestling program in the history of wrestling programs, man. I hate Monday Night Raw and everybody that is associated with this piece of shit show. I really do. If you are a podcaster or a content creator that finds any good in anything that happened in 3 hours on this show, you are an absolute fucking zombie. Shut the fuck up. Get the fuck away from me. And don't ever talk to me about WWE ever again. This show sucks. If I didn't have this fucking podcast tonight, this live stream, I would not even be here, man. I'd be on Warzone with Soldier. My boy, Mr. Soldier. Somebody in the chat said Charlotte Flair is indefinitely suspended and was fined $100,000. Can anybody confirm this for me right now? Because I was legitimately just talking to Jesse, my co-host on Wednesday nights for AEW Dynamite. He mentioned something to me that I didn't really think was a possibility, but now, if that is the news, he may end up being right. I don't really know what's going on. Is Charlotte Flair indefinitely, quote unquote, suspended? She got suspended on Raw Talk, fined $100,000. Now, I don't know if that is what happened. This is true, JD. It's true. Ghost Skull. Get him out of the chat. Raw was not bad. Get him out of here. Get him out of here! Bounce him from the fucking club, man. Get him the fuck out of here. I don't even want him in here. Get him out of here. There you go. Rage is on top. Get him the fuck out of here, man. You serious? I'm in some mood tonight, man. I am exhausted and I'm in some mood. Don't even start with me. Why would they bring Charlotte Flair back to television, thrust her right into the Raw Women's Championship plans, have her cut that god-awful promo last week, and another one this week, and then indefinitely suspend her storyline-wise when they just brought her back to television? I don't get it. Maybe there's something else internally that's going on there. Could be a triple threat match at WrestleMania Backlash. Could be. I don't know. Do you fucking care? I know I don't. And if it is a triple threat match, I expect Charlotte to win the championship and pin Asuka to get her win back. But Jesse just said it's confirmed. He may be right. There's something internally going on there, man. You don't bring her back to television, have her cut a promo like that last week, and then indefinitely suspend her for storyline purposes. It doesn't work that way. Something else is going on there, man. WWE, it's either one of two things. Number one, WWE's punishing her because of what Andrade has gone on record publicly and stated since he was released from the WWE. Or number two, Charlotte Flair is so upset that she's causing chaos backstage about what happened to Andrade that WWE is punishing her for her own actions mixed with whatever he has already stated. I don't know. Seems like Charlotte Flair may be falling out of favor with WWE management, man. Sasha Banks, by the looks of it, seems to be the number one female in all of WWE as far as hierarchy goes. And then you got Bianca Belair. She seems to be taking Sasha Banks' spot. Certainly looks like that to a lot of people. And then you got Bayley. Bayley's already kind of challenged Bianca Belair for the SmackDown Women's Championship. And then you got Becky Lynch coming back. You know, she's going to be right at the top when she comes back. Absolutely no hesitation there. Charlotte may be the one that is shit out of luck. And I don't really give a shit, man. We've seen enough of Charlotte Flair in 6 years to last us 60 fucking years. So, whatever's going on, man, adios, goodbye. Don't forget to fucking lock the door behind you. Goodbye. I don't really give a shit. Good. Good. Now we can all move on. Rhea Ripley, Asuka again. WrestleMania Backlash. Fits the bill there. But this show was dreadful tonight, man. Never mind what happened with Charlotte Flair. T-Bar and Mace were unmasked. It's about the only positive thing on this goddamn show tonight. They were unmasked. As if we didn't know who they were already. They were unmasked. I don't know what they're going to be doing as far as them without masks. Are they going to go back to Dominic Dijakovic and Dio Madden? Or are they going to be referred to as Teabag and spray me in the face with mace, please? Because I'd rather be sprayed in the face with mace than watch 3 hours of this horrendous shit. So we don't know what's going on there. Everybody in the IWC, all these geeks in the IWC, praising Matt Riddle and Randy Orton. Fine, it was a good match. You ain't going to get a peep out of me. I'm not going to disagree with you. Big plans for Matt Riddle because he beat Randy Orton, right? Do you know who you're dealing with on this show? Why would you give? What the fuck is wrong with you people, man? Seriously, why would you give Bruce Pritchard and Vince McMahon the benefit of the doubt to have Matt Riddle beat Randy Orton and then somehow lead Matt Riddle down this path of success on Monday Night Raw? Do you know what show you're watching? I mean, I don't really understand it. Maybe they got maybe they got the fucking picture. Maybe they got it. Matt Riddle seems to be one of the only baby faces on this show that could really go after a WWE championship if Bobby Lashley retains the championship. But who knows if that is even going to be the case come WrestleMania Backlash. We don't know. But everybody's chiming in. This is successful for Matt Riddle. This is a start of a push. Start of what? What are you kidding me? Bruce Pritchard loves to dangle the carrot out there just so you fucking suckers take it, nibble on it a little bit, and then he pulls it back. Because he fucking hates you all. Good match. Where does it go? What happens? I don't fucking care. Who gives a shit? Unless Matt Riddle's in a WWE Championship match in 2 months because he beat Randy Orton. Everything that you guys were, oh my God, crying about today is a waste of time. What else happened on this show tonight? I don't even know. What happened? Xavier Woods played a bass. He was singing, or not singing, he was playing the bass tones and the bass lines of Stone Cold Steve Austin's theme music while Kofi Kingston wrestled Elias. Oh, great. Adnan Virk. Another bad night on commentary. I don't know, man. I got news on him on how he actually got the position to begin with. Still don't know why he's there. I don't know why. Of all the things on this show, that was the one thing that you guys needed to change on the show, right? It's just so fucking stupid to me. It really is mind-boggling to me. And then we got the, what happened? What else happened on this show tonight? Mia Yim and Shane Thorne move over to SmackDown. I got news on them. I'm really trying to think what, oh yeah, Nia Jax. In another Bruce Pritchard fucking gym. This guy, this tag team match between Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler against Naomi and Lana. If you thought last week's Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke walking away, taking a count-out victory instead of pinning the tag team champions or beating the tag team champions, pinning is a little bit of a stretch. Who knows if that would have actually happened. But Nia Jax, as a women's tag team champion, walked away from a clear as day, right in front of you tag, in which their team was in complete control to go chase down Mandy Rose and catering. And they ruined the match for themselves, or she did for her and Shayna Baszler, and chased 2 women that didn't even have anything to do with the match. That was pretty much the summary of this Monday Night Raw tale for this Monday night. This show was terrible. It's absolutely terrible. There's nothing, absolutely nothing on this show that is redeeming whatsoever. There's nothing in this entire company, and they continue to prove it every single week. Nothing in this entire company that is interesting outside of Roman Reigns. Imagine WWE without Roman Reigns right now, where they would be. I don't even want to think about it. I don't even want to think about it, man. This show is the worst fucking wrestling program in the history of wrestling programs. Where's AJ Styles? Where's Omos? WrestleMania happened 2 weeks ago and nothing about the new tag team champions. I don't know what's going on there. We'll try and break this thing down. I see people asking about AJ and Omos in the chat. Your guess is as good as mine, man. I really don't know. Not like it really matters. There's no fucking tag team division anyway. So what are you guys crying about? It's probably best that they stay off television. We're going to try and break this thing down and go over it the best we can, guys. I appreciate you joining me here on Off the Script. We got 1,700 live inside the OTS venue. Appreciate you guys. Some exciting news. My boys over at Deviate Designs. I got a glimpse of what the inside of the venue looks like, man. I got a complete look inside the venue. Animations are being finished as we speak, meaning lights and fans that are on the ceiling, arcade games, beer refrigerators, OTS logos, Are We Live, neon lights, the works, man. This is going to be as simple and as clean as you could possibly imagine for inside the venue, man. It's awesome. You're gonna be seeing a completely different look of the podcast, man. None of this cheesy layout shit that everybody in the community has done and copied over and over and over again. We are taking it to the next level. Seriously. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait to show you. Hopefully, I will be unveiling the venue inside next week during Monday Night Raw, and we are going to have a very special little deal going on because of the grand opening of the venue inside. We may be getting some off-the-script beer koozies. And anybody that donates next week over a certain amount, you guys are going to be eligible to get a off-the-script exclusive for that night only. They're not going to be sold anywhere else. Beer koozies, man. Let you guys know. So if you want to be a part of that next week, I'm thinking next week. If not, it's going to be the following week, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be next week. You guys should make a date on your calendar, circle it, be inside the venue next week on the podcast, man. It should be really, really good. If you guys missed off the script this past weekend, man, episode 372, I don't know how many other people broke down the WWE releases like I did, but I pretty much nailed that fucking shit right on top of the head. If you guys want to go check that out on the podcast, it is down in the description below. Go and check that out. Critiques and connoisseurs. We got the final episode up. Season 1 is finished. Season 2 is already in the brains of Big Hodge and myself. It's going to look different. This was just a test. It's going to look different. It's going to sound different. It's going to be shot in a new location. It's going to be awesome, man. We may be going down to Atlantic City to film season 2. We got to get that confirmed. We got a spot. We got to get that confirmed. But it's going to be awesome, man. So season 2 is going to be filming next month in May. But if you guys want to go catch everything that we did on season 1, critiques and connoisseurs, my other project, my more casual, laid back, give me a cold beverage project with my boy Hodge. Link is down below. Go and check that out. Make sure you guys follow me on social media. It's Twitter and Instagram at JDfromNY206. Thank you to all the new followers. We are heading towards 32,000 followers on Twitter. That's awesome. It's an awesome thing to see. I'm not really on Twitter unless I have to tweet about this bullshit, but anybody that values my opinion and wants my in real-time thoughts on this garbage, I appreciate you. Go follow me on Instagram as well. Not on there as much, but I should be, but I'm there. Go follow me there. Make sure you guys go and support. Several ways to do that. Number 1, Patreon, patreon.com/JD from NY206. You guys can always hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for all notifications. Hit the thumbs up. We got 400 likes in the stream right now. We got 1,700 people right now. I am no mathematician, but that doesn't really add up to me unless everybody in the venue's fucking drunk already. Which I know it's happy hour, but give me a break, man. We got 1,700 people in here. We should easily be over 1,000 likes. The goal tonight is 1,200. Let's try and hit 1,200 before we get on out of here, man. I would appreciate that. It is literally free to hit the thumbs up. And tonight's podcast is brought to you by Blue Chew. BlueChew.com. Use code JD for your free sample. It's code JD at checkout for your free sample. All you guys got to do is pay the $5 shipping and handling. That's BlueChew.com. And I want to thank them for supporting Off the Script. I got news. And we're going to start at the top because this one is pretty pertinent to the show. It's pretty vital to what you guys seen tonight on Monday Night Raw. Vince McMahon arrives late to the Raw creative meeting tonight, makes several changes before the show airs. Same shit, different week. It's become a recurring theme that Vince McMahon makes major creative changes to Raw on Monday after arriving late to the venue because even him, he doesn't give a shit about the goddamn show. And if he doesn't care, why the fuck should we care? This has taken place for the last decade, and this week is no exception. Monday Night Raw has, and I say the last decade, and I'm being very generous there, steep decline. All you hear is Vince McMahon showing up late, not showing up at all, showing up late, changing the fucking script, ripping up the script, rewriting the whole fucking show before the goddamn thing airs. It's been happening. This week is no exception. Sean Ross Sapp, the fine fellow, Sean Ross Sapp at Fightful Select, has reported that Vince McMahon arrived at today's creative meeting significantly late That's why this show was significantly terrible. This was followed by McMahon making changes to tonight's show. The changes themselves were not included in this report. But I do know that WWE promoted a Braun Strowman. Strowman versus Randy Orton. And that was a match that was booked and then magically changed with no explanation. I even had Marky D promote that match because that was the match as of today, before noon. And it was changed. So Marky D's got to get a nice little scolding on NXT tomorrow night. But he made this change, and that was no longer the case for these two. Matt Riddle wrestled Randy Orton instead, and Strowman, he was tagging with Drew McIntyre for whatever fucking reason against T-Bar and Mace. So that is the news coming out of Monday Night Raw, and if you felt like the show was much more terrible than usual, that would probably give a clear-cut sign as to why Monday Night Raw was so goddamn terrible. Today, as always, each and every week on Monday, I can't stand it. I really can't. I have absolutely no other words to describe Monday Night Raw. I just don't know anymore. I'm empty. I'm all out. Vince McMahon and Bruce Pritchard and management need to get the fuck out of here, man. Out of here. Adnan Virk. This is the new play-by-play commentary guy on Monday Night Raw. You know, I typically don't do this because I am a play-by-play guy myself. Me and the Solomonster, my boy the Solomonster, we do House of Glory commentary. And I can't wait to get back to business with him inside the NYC arena, calling House of Glory matches. Hopefully we get some shit started soon. But I take my play-by-play job very seriously. He was a very good color guy. Him and I complimented each other very well. The pandemic ruined that all. I felt like we were just getting the ball rolling there. I put a lot of work into it. I love covering my bases on storylines. I love telling the story from show to show to show. Love calling the matches. Morrow is a big influence on me. Can't wait to watch. I don't believe I'm saying this. I can't wait to watch Impact's Rebellion pay-per-view this Sunday. Kenny Omega versus Rich Swann with Mauro fucking Ranallo on commentary, man. Sold. I don't give a fuck what happens on that show. Just put me in the 10:30 hour and give me Mauro. That's all I want. Regardless, commentary is a very, very important aspect to a wrestling show. I know how difficult it could be, especially if you are somebody that is not really keen on combat sports or MMA, pro wrestling, etc., etc. But this guy, Adnan Virk, is now in 2 weeks. 2 weeks. And I sense and I hear no significant difference to Monday Night Raw. It only makes me think, why would you take somebody who is actually very good at his job, even though he sounds like a fucking android, somebody who's very good at his job, knows literally everything as far as storylines, knows not to say storylines on the air. He knows all the wrestlers. He knows all the backstory. He knows everything about everything that's going on. Why you would replace Tom Phillips, and let's be real, folks, he got demoted for whatever reason. I don't know what he did. I don't know who's got it out for him, but he was demoted to 205 Live. Why you would take somebody like that out with no explanation and put this guy in with zero experience? This guy was being cut off by Vince McMahon tonight. They went to commercial early just to shut this guy up. At one point, Corey Graves, I believe it was in the tag team match with Drew McIntyre and Braun Strowman against T-Bar and Mace. Corey Graves and Byron Saxton pretty much took over that entire match themselves. Something was said on commentary in the headset, in Virk's direction. Don't know what happened, but this guy is not. He is not going to make it. I appreciate a different take. I appreciate a different voice. But man, oh man, no matter how you want this guy to succeed or how much you want this guy to succeed, he is not going to make it. The commentary was the last thing you needed to change. This is how fucking clueless WWE upper management is. Of all the things on this show, that is what you're going to go change? I understand putting Corey Graves there. If you wanted to take Graves and put him on Raw and then put Pat McAfee on SmackDown and give me Phillips and Graves, who are very good together, that would have been fine. But you give me Adnan Virk, who continuously called the Viking Raiders and their finishing move the Viking Experience. He continuously called it the Viking Express after Corey Graves corrected him 2 different times, back to back. He offers nothing new to the show. He offers no excitement, especially the type of excitement that we need on this show. He's not going to make it. I gave him a chance. I said, you know what? Let's be easy with him. Give him 2 months. I'm not even giving him 2 weeks. Get him the fuck out of there. But you bully Mauro Ranallo off of your fucking show when he was on the main roster. You tried to change him, but you want to bring in this guy who doesn't know jack fucking shit about pro wrestling. Maybe he does. Maybe he's a fan, but he doesn't know jack shit about calling a wrestling match. You could put me in there and I'd do a better job. I would do a better job than Adnan Virk, and I got no fucking experience. None. Outside of what I've done in House of Glory. No schooling. I didn't go to broadcasting school. I didn't take classes. It's something that you learn on the fly. His voice is not cut out for pro wrestling. He's got a great voice. He's got a great voice. Not taking that away from him, but he's got a great MLB voice. Go call AAA games. Go call minor league games. Something. Your voice is not cut out for pro wrestling. How exactly did he get the job? How exactly did he get this job? He explained to Boomer in the Morning, Boomer Esiason's podcast, that Nick Khan, president, no relation to Tony, by the way, Nick Khan used to be his agent at CAA. That helped him get a foot in the door, which resulted in an audition in February. He says this, and I quote, "The brain trust there at WWE made the decision late last year. They said we want to kind of get a legit sportscaster guy, like an actual sportscaster, to come in and offer a different feel." So that's what Nick Khan told him about the position. Of all the things, again, I'm going to reiterate that over and over again. Of all the things on this show, that's what you feel like needed the change? That's what you felt like needed the most attention? What about the creative? What about the rematches every single week? What about the lack of roster depth on this show? The fact that you don't have any fucking baby faces on this goddamn show. Not one single character on the show does anybody give a fuck about. No, but this is the one thing that you want to change. Nick Khan was my former agent at CNA. He's the current president of WWE. Michael Cole is, of course, the voice of SmackDown on Fridays, and he's in charge of all the talent in the division. He reaches out to my guy, asks, would I be interested? And I was like, yeah, let's give it a shot. So I auditioned in early February, and the audition was just amazing. I'm calling previous matches off the monitor that I had happened to see the previous weeks on Raw and SmackDown, and I approached just as if I was calling a Calgary Flames Edmonton Oilers game. There's the fucking problem. You're calling it as if you're calling a Calgary Flames hockey game or an Edmonton Oilers hockey game. It's not the same there, Mr. Adnan. I just went on the website and went, okay, here's Shayna Baszler. She's been with WWE for X amount of years, and her featured move, get this, her featured move is the Kirifuda driver. He even got that wrong in explaining to Boomer Esiason. The Kirifuda driver. Sorry, Adnan, it's Kirifuda clutch. It's a submission. It's a submission hold. And I just called the action. Play-by-play follows a 3-act structure. Introduce the characters, establish the characters, and put a bow on it. That's what I did. Sure you did. Afterwards, I interviewed a couple of WWE stars, and at one point, Cole goes, "Your look is great." And I'm laughing and asking, "What do you mean by that?" And he said, "Your height. Mr. McMahon loves that because it makes the wrestlers look even bigger." So apparently Vince McMahon wants smaller commentary guys because it makes the wrestlers look even bigger. Don't know what fucking purpose that lends to the show, but this is Vince McMahon. The same guy that was reportedly the one who loves Oreos with fucking easy cheese on it. Cheese from a fucking tube. Or the can. Cheez-It cheese on top of an Oreo fucking cookie. Explained by Stephanie McMahon. This is Vince McMahon for you, folks. So, that's the first time ever being a little guy is a win. I went home, they called me a few weeks later and said, "Hey, you got the job. The real trick is, I want to thank MLB Network. They had to sign off on me traveling every week, COVID protocols, vaccinations. It was a process. I'm really grateful they let me do it. It's been a cool journey. Obviously, the biggest part was the surprise. I couldn't tell anybody. Nick said I could tell 5 people, your parents, your wife, your brother, and one of your kids." And I was like, okay. Then Saturday afternoon, some reports of it started getting out. I literally flew to Tampa under the cloak of darkness. I'm wearing a fedora. I'm sitting in the back of the plane trying to keep a low profile. And then on Monday, they revealed it. Sounds like this guy went through an arduous task of being gifted the Raw commentary position, and he's already being ousted by people on social media, me included. Get him out of there. This guy's not going to make it. They need to do something else with this show, and commentary now is definitely one of those things that they need to fix. Whereas last time, 2 weeks ago, it wasn't an issue. If you put Graves on Raw with Tom Phillips and moved Pat McAfee over to SmackDown with Michael Cole, we wouldn't be in this situation. That is if you really wanted to let Samoa Joe go. But even that didn't even make any sense to anybody that read the news. And that's going to come back and bite them in the ass. Adnan Virk is not going to make it as commentary guy on Monday Night Raw. It's not. Let's get into the show here, guys. Show opened up with Drew McIntyre. He was in the ring. He spoke about opportunity. Just like we have the opportunity to pick up the remote control and change the fucking channel every time he comes on TV. How many of you just find him opening the show and cutting a promo painfully fucking boring? I legitimately wanted to close my eyes and fall the fuck asleep. Same shit every single week. He said, when he said he'd eventually regain the WWE title, it's about the opportunity. He said that triggered wrestlers in the back. He made fun of Braun Strowman's speaking style and mentioned Randy Orton too. Stupid. Strowman. Whee! He said Adam Pearce booked him against Braun and Orton, and he came out on top. He then talked about Mace and Teabag. Is that going to give me a bench on social media now? Maybe he's not going to be Teabag anymore. I hope to God not. Dijakovic. Come on, man. We all seen what you look like now. Put on a nice suit and go in the ring and give me the fucking Dijakovic that we know that's there. He then talked about Mace and T-Bar. He said they decided to make their name at his expense. Said he doesn't know if they're aligned with MVP or not, but he's looking for some retribution against him. I see what you did there, Drew. You sly fuck. Said he was getting fired up. He asked if anyone was looking for a fight. MVP's music played. He comes out to the stage. MVP called Drew's allegations ridiculous. The fucking creative on this show is ridiculous. He told Drew perhaps he should start expecting the unexpected. What, a good show? Get the fuck out of here, man. He asked MVP if he was going to tell him he had nothing to do with the attack last week. So Bobby Lashley recently decided to downsize the Hurt business. Why? I don't know. Bobby Lashley decided to downsize the Hurt business, right? It's not what we know. It's not what we read. Vince McMahon wanted to kill it, and then Bobby Lashley goes on that fucking idiot's podcast, who shall not be named here, with the emo fucking haircut, listens to shitty music, stalks porn stars and Whole Foods. That guy went on his podcast and said he was heartbroken over the Hurt Business being broken up. Sounds like to me Bobby Lashley didn't want to downsize anything, Bruce. I don't understand why you would take Cedric and Shelton out of the Hurt Business, take the Hurt Business off Monday Night Raw, which legitimately was the most popular act on the entire show, and then replace them with two guys who have done nothing but fail in one of the worst factions in the modern era, in Retribution. I don't get it. It'll be one of those unsolved mysteries fucking 15 years from now. Nobody understands it. I don't even think Vince McMahon understands what the fuck is going on. He just does. He just does. So, Lashley apparently tried to downsize the Hurt Business. He said Lashley already proved he could beat him alone, so why would he ask for help? Drew said Lashley tried to get the whole locker room to take him out before WrestleMania. What are you talking about? MVP said MACE and T-Bar have zero affiliation with the Hurt Business. Drew was at ringside. He was about to approach MVP. Said maybe they could talk about it. He then was attacked by MACE and T-Bar. They double chokeslammed him middle of the ring. MVP pretty much admired what they did. And that was it. Drew McIntyre was left laying with a nice-looking double chokeslam by MACE and T-Bar of former Retribution. Are they aligned with MVP? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. This was same old, no answers at all. Nobody gives a fuck about these two guys. Nobody gives a shit about the Hurt Business now. Everybody's still asking why they were broken up. Nobody gives a fuck about Drew McIntyre being the number one contender and chasing Bobby Lashley again for the title at Backlash. None of this is important. The one thing you should be doing here is giving people fucking answers. And you're dragging it out as if this is some big storyline on Monday Night Raw that's going to generate fucking interest. Nobody gave a fuck 10 months ago. So why are you going and acting as if this is some big plan and you're creating drama? Nobody gives a shit. Just give us the answers and start rebuilding this roster with these fucking talents that you've already buried beyond repair. Nobody cares. It's not going to do anything for the interest of the show. It's not going to do anything for the ratings. It's not going to do anything for the WWE title match at Backlash. It's all a waste of time. It is all a waste of time. I want nothing to do with this storyline or these guys until I see Dominic Dijakovic, or Vince wants to fucking kill his name too, Dijakovic. I'll even take that at this point. And Dio Madden. Get them away from these names, these looks that they got. Put them in suits. Put them in the fucking Hurt Business if that is the plan. Just move on and give us the answers. There's nothing here that people are waiting with bated breath to watch next week. They want it now. It sucks. Just give us the goddamn answers right now. Backstage, Drew was fuming. He was upset. He wanted a handicap match against MACE and T-Bar. Adam Pearce says, oh, you don't want that. You don't want that. McIntyre's like, yes, I want that. I want that. He doesn't even want a partner. He told Pearce to make the match happen tonight. Again, I don't really know who gives a shit about T-Bar and MACE. It's tough to get into them after you bury them for fucking how long now? You're only using them to fill the gaps in between Lashley and McIntyre. So if they're there, like I said, I'm going to reiterate, if they're there and they're in the Hurt Business, then tell me. Tell me. The Viking Raiders. You know, they're back. The Viking Raiders. So what? I don't know. It's a dead division. What are they raiding? There's no division to raid. They went up against Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin. You know, Bruce, you're a real funny guy, man. You're a real funny guy. I'm going to pretend that I didn't see this match in the same segment. I'm going to pretend I didn't see this match in the same segment last week on the Raw after Mania. Just going to pretend like it never happened. Okay? This is my first time seeing this match. Whatever we watched last week, I didn't see it. Apparently it didn't happen, man. It was a fucking mirage. Like you're walking in the fucking Nairobi desert and you come across a goddamn Pepsi machine. Oh my God, look! Thirst! Liquid! Hydration! And it's not there. And all you really see is a fucking camel who stinks to the high heavens. Give me a fucking break with this shit, man. This is exactly what I'm talking about. There's no division. So you're giving us this match again because there's no competition. So what does Vince do? There's no division. We'll just bury Cedric and Shelton Benjamin again. They'll never know that we did the match last week. Sure thing, Vince. And then Bruce is over there. Oh, that's a good idea, Vince. That's a good idea, Vince. What time can I come back to the office and tickle your right testicle? Viking Raiders win in 6 minutes with the Viking Express, says Adnan Verk. Not the Viking Experience. The Viking Express. Somehow we merged the Viking Raiders and fucking Jurassic Express from AEW and merged them into fucking one team. I don't know. Thor's Hammer. Thor's Hammer. Just call it by what Morrow called it, and I think everybody would be fucking in line with what's going on. Fucking Christ, man. Ivar and Eric, does anybody know when their contracts are up? Seriously, I hear the Young Bucks want to add even more tag teams to an overwhelming tag team division. Kevin Patrick interviewed Randy Orton backstage. He was asked about The Fiend, who, by the way, wasn't on this show tonight, so good luck to him. Might as well wish him well in his future endeavors, too. Orton said The Fiend will never be seen or heard from again in WWE as long as he's still around. Oh, Randy, please don't play with my heart, bro. Oh, my goodness. Are you serious? I'd love if that's the case. Don't tease me, bro. Don't tease me. He said now he will wait to see whether Lashley or McIntyre walk out with the WWE title. Said the winner will have a target on their backs. Matt Riddle interrupted on his scooter. He was talking up Orton's nicknames about the Viper and the Apex Predator. He suggested that since neither of them have titles, they should be a tag team and should call themselves RK Bro. Like RKO, but RK Bro. This is the extent of WWE's creative writing in the boardrooms, folks. This is exactly the brain trust of WWE at Titan Tower in Stamford, Connecticut, man. RK Bro. Why don't we team up Matt Riddle and Randy Orton and call them RK Bro? Jesus fucking Christ, man. It's like 40 creative writers. They got a fucking half a brain between 40 of them. And then he could get him on a scooter and they could scoot down to the ring together. Orton just walked away. Riddle then said, okay, I guess you weren't interested. Nobody's interested in Matt Riddle either. Adam Pearce was standing backstage texting when Orton walked up to him and said, he's sick and tired of the disrespect. He says he doesn't know who the barefoot goofball kid is who rides his scooter, but he wants to teach whomever he may be a lesson. Pearce says he would see what he can do. And Orton said, yes, please do that. I guess all that black goo got into the brain of Randy Orton that doesn't know who Matt Riddle is. Randy Orton doesn't know who Matt Riddle is, but he shared a WrestleMania card with him. It's awesome. It's great. You were literally on the same night in the same dressing room as a guy that drives a scooter who was United States champion, Orton. Great. Charlotte Flair. She was in the middle of the ring. Android. Booze piped in. Charlotte's a heel, folks. Charlotte's a heel again. Oh, man. Charlotte said she came back last week simply demanding respect after everything she was going through and everything she's given this industry. She said she didn't mean to hurt anyone's feelings. Honey, you hurt my feelings every time you're on my television screen. Really. Just go away. Just go away. She said she came back apologetically all about herself. She said everyone in the women's locker room was talking about her despite not being on the WrestleMania card. Charlotte, honey, listen. Nobody in that locker room on night 1 or night 2 at WrestleMania was talking about you. Please. Please. Enough with the lies. Enough with the fabrication of the stories. Enough. I'm tired of listening to it. I really am. She said they're all so fake to each other. She's talking about herself, but just using others as a deflection here. She said they're all so fake to each other, pretending to like each other and dislike her. She complained about her WrestleMania match being taken away from her. She said that she can beat Rhea Ripley and Asuka in the same night. I'm sure you can. Just go talk to Bruce. I'm sure he'll snap his fingers and make it happen. That's why they call me the Opportunity. Oh, I'm going to have fun with that. I'm going to have fun with that, Miss Flair. The Opportunity, you may say, huh? Yeah, I got the opportunity every time I hear your fucking theme music to pick up the remote control and change the fucking channel. Every time you're on my TV, I have the opportunity to walk into the other room and do something a lot more interesting than watch Charlotte Flair on Monday Night Raw. Oh, I'm going to have a blast with this one over the next couple weeks. Continue to use that as your fucking nickname. Go ahead. The Opportunity. She said she'll give Asuka an opportunity to wrestle her tonight. And she'll show Ripley why she is the face of the division. She said Ripley is really good, but she doesn't have to like her. Asuka interrupted. She entered the ring. She was about to speak when Ripley came out to the stage. Charlotte asked if they're going to gang up on her. She told Ripley to watch her match later against Asuka and take notes about how great she is. She said, knowing Asuka, she knows Asuka is going to beat Charlotte, said Ripley. Charlotte laughed and asked Asuka if she heard that. Charlotte was speaking slowly because Asuka can't speak English all that well. She said this, I am the one that ended your streak. That's exactly what she said. Not in that tone, but you guys get the visualization. I am the one that ended your streak. And then Asuka yelled in Japanese. Something in Japanese, I believe. I was barely paying attention to this. Asuka yelled that she's going to beat her and then called her a bitch. Now it's some serious shit. When the word bitch is thrown in there, now you know it's some personal shit. I don't care. None of this I care about at all. Matt Riddle versus Randy Orton. This was easily the best thing on the show. It's tough not to be when you're as good as Randy Orton and as good as Matt Riddle. This went almost 14 minutes. They go to commercial break. We'll pick it up after the break. Orton stomped away at Riddle, and he was targeting Riddle's bare feet because why wouldn't he? He's Randy Orton. Riddle fired back until Orton cut him off with a power slam followed by a vertical suplex. And then Riddle fired back, continued to fire back until Orton got the eye rake or the poke in the eye. Orton applied a chin lock. Of course he did. The signature Randy Orton chin lock in the middle of the ring. We heard piped in bro chants in the Thunderdome. I fucking hate that. Riddle dodged a Randy Orton strike. Randy Orton went shoulder first into the steel post. Riddle fought back, hit a Pele kick, some running forearms and a senton or a broton for 2. They fought on the ropes, which led Orton hitting a superplex for 2. Riddle plotted choke in the ropes, but after he let go, Orton hit his signature draping DDT. Orton went for an RKO, but Riddle countered into a crucifix for the surprise victory out of the RKO. Matt Riddle celebrated extensively in this situation as he beats Randy Orton clean on Raw. This was a very good match, okay? Meaning, we'll probably see this again next week with Orton getting his win back, 50-50 booking, pretty much in the end, making nobody look good. Calling it right now. So if everybody that's cheering, oh, Matt Riddle's going to be pushed, wait till 50-50 booking gets a hold of Matt Riddle and Randy Orton. That's why I don't get excited about anything. If WWE was serious about Matt Riddle, then they wouldn't have buried him last week against the WWE Champion after coming out of a great WrestleMania match against Sheamus, where he already lost the United States Championship. So for him to beat Randy Orton here, you want me to be excited when you really done nothing to show me that you really want to push Matt Riddle? He wasn't even supposed to win the United States Championship, according to reports. So why would I be excited about him beating Randy Orton? Everybody's beating Randy Orton lately. What good is beating Randy Orton? Keith Lee beat Randy Orton. Where did that get him? Remember when everybody made a big deal about that? Oh, Keith Lee's on his way to the top. He beat Randy Orton. What exactly happened there? Give me a fucking break, folks. You are a bunch of fucking geeks. That's what you are. It does nothing. And you should not, at all, under any circumstances, give these fucking people the benefit of the doubt of pushing anybody. Your greatest asset is history. What has Raw done to anybody to elevate any of the talent that has been brought up in the last year? Nothing. So what exactly is beating Randy Orton going to do for Matt Riddle? Give me a fucking break with this bullshit, man. I know. Listen, I know you're genuinely excited to maybe see some change. But Jesus fucking Christ, man, you guys got to bunker down and stop being realists. Stop being a bunch of bullshit artists with fake excitement over nothing that, like, in this situation, that's going to amount to anything. I don't want to rain on anybody's parade, man. Listen, I don't. I want exactly what you want. But Jesus fucking Christ. Do you realize what show you're watching and who leads this writing team? For months, I've said it. Matt Riddle is a fucking comedy geek. He is going nowhere. They've already put a ceiling on him and capped it. They look at him as a joke. They write for him to laugh at him, not laugh with him. It's not genuine on Raw. On NXT, it was genuine. Because that's a younger audience. It's a more hip and more cool audience. Here on Monday Night Raw, it's spearheaded by fucking Bruce Pritchard and Vince McMahon, who clearly don't get Matt Riddle's sense of humor. They don't. Give me a break with this shit, man. Matt Riddle is not going, unless Matt Riddle is a number one contender in the next couple weeks after Drew McIntyre for the WWE Championship, then shut your fucking mouth. It's not going anywhere. Great match, but you got to be a realist. You got to be a realist about this show. This will amount to nothing, just like it did for Keith Lee. Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler. They went up against Lana and Naomi. This went 5 minutes. Don't know why we constantly get these uneventful, just completely irrelevant women's matches on this show. Get them the fuck off the show. They legitimately offer nothing to the viewing audience. Naomi and Lana worked over Jax, sloppy as shit. Frequent tags, they stayed in control. Jax took them down with a double suplex spot. barely, if you want to call it that. She tagged in Baszler. Baszler stomped on Lana's arm when all of a sudden Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke, Mandy Rose and Catering entered the field. They interrupted with their music. In the middle of this tag team match, which I would assume is important to Naomi and Lana, because they're in a match with the tag team champions of the women's division, correct? So Mandy Rose and Catering, interrupt this match with Naomi, Lana, Jax, and Baszler and decide to show video clips of everything that happened last week on Raw in the middle of the fucking match. Now, all the while, Baszler is working over whomever in the ring. She's in control. She goes to make a clear, dominating tag to Nia Jax for her to take over and remain in control of the match. Nia Jax ignores Shayna Baszler, jumps off the apron, and runs down to go chase Mandy and Catering to the back. All the while, the referee is counting, and she gets counted out. Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler lose via countout because of sheer stupidity. One half of the women's tag team champions was more preoccupied with Mandy Rose and Catering, who had no business being in this match, who had nothing to do with this match. You cost yourself a match against somebody you put through a table for 9 straight weeks in a row. This show makes me feel like a fucking idiot week after week after week after week. So 2 weeks in a row, Mandy Rose and Catering clearly did not give a shit about beating the tag team champions. They were, we got counted out, but we'd rather laugh at you slipping off the apron last week. And now for a second week in a row, Nia Jax as tag team champions doesn't give a shit about beating 2 jobbers in Naomi and Lana. Whoever wrote this shit should be fucking fired on the spot. This shit is trash. If you are one of these people that defend this shit, I don't know, man. I don't know. You should be tied up to watch Great Khali matches for 24 hours straight. Seriously. You should be tied up to watch the 2017 Punjabi prison match with Randy Orton and Jinder Mahal on a 24-hour fucking replay. That's what you should be banished to doing. If you defend this shit. Fucking joke. How am I supposed to take anybody in this match seriously if nobody gives a shit about winning? Nobody. You cannot script me to believe someone is that fucking stupid. Which in turn makes us look like a bunch of fucking idiots. Unreal. Absolutely unreal. Stop defending fucking garbage. Stop. There's a reason why I'm here and everyone else is here. Everyone. Miz TV. This was a waste of fucking time. As always, Miz TV. I will say this. Miz is a lot better with Maurice than he is with Morrison. Just throwing that out there. I want more Maurice with Miz. Hopefully this is a constant thing, a regular thing for the Miz. They celebrated each other. They kissed and pyro went off. Miz plugged Miz TV in the WWE documentary on his career debuting tonight. Apparently something's going on the WWE Network with the Miz, WWE 24 with the Miz. I don't know. I still haven't even watched the fucking Jericho podcast with Steve Austin. Damien Priest walked out. I got to admit, I love Damien Priest theme music. I think it's awesome. I think Damien Priest is great. Hopefully they know what they're doing with him, which is really setting a low bar in WWE standards. He threw a clip of Priest did the Miz, yanking off Miz's pants last week, but Miz still pinning him with his feet on the middle rope. Priest was then asking the Miz, what type of man brags about a win like that? Priest was speaking in Spanish. Miz asked what he just said. Priest said the world saw he has no cojones last week, but he can translate with his fist if he still doesn't understand. Maurice then spoke in French. She told Priest he can have a match against Miz later. Miz didn't like that idea. He seemed a little annoyed by that match being made by his wife. Priest said that's what he's here to do. Then Priest was drinking the champagne that Miz brought. He took a sip, spit it out. He's like, listen, Miz, bro, this shit is trash. This champagne is trash. Miz threw the champagne in Priest's face, and then he bailed with Maurice smiling as they doused Priest with shitty champagne. That was pretty much it. Gotta love Damien Priest, man. His first main roster feud, feuding with the fucking Miz. Oh, my God, man. Lucky to be him, right? Last week he was pinned in a handicap match. Morrison wasn't even there tonight. Handicap match with the Miz being in his fucking tighty whities. And now we got another match with these two. 50-50 booking at its finest, folks. I'd love to know how that is going to get anybody over. I don't know. I'm the geek on YouTube talking about pro wrestling. Who doesn't know shit, according to most people that fucking can't stand my guts. But exactly, how does it get anyone over? Miz beats Priest last week. Priest beats Miz this week. Now they're at a stalemate. Who gets over? Was it that difficult to keep Damien Priest undefeated? Elias was in the middle of the ring with Jackson Riker. Xavier Woods interrupted playing a bass guitar. So they talked about this bass in the back before this match with Matt Riddle. They talked to Riddle and said, Riddle said, you should open that and take some silver dollars or some quarters or whatever he was mentioning to throw into the thing as he plays the bass for some extra change. Like you see somebody on the street playing some musical instrument. They got the guitar case open to throw donations in there. Riddle was like, you should throw silver dollars in there. And then they all were like, how about silver dollar pancakes? God. Oh my God. This show was written for fucking 5-year-olds, man. So we go to Kofi Kingston versus Elias. Adnan Virk called Kofi Kingston Xavier Woods during this match, so you can see where his mind is at behind the booth. Elias wins in 3 minutes. Elias blocked a hurricanrana off the top rope, landed a flying elbow drop for the win. During the middle of this match, Xavier Woods played the Stone Cold Steve Austin theme music on bass as Kofi Kingston was stomping a mud hole into Elias. It's fun stuff, but it's very juvenile, very childish. I don't give a shit. Elias wins in 3 minutes. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, folks. How is anybody supposed to get over? The New Day beat Elias and Jackson Riker last week, but now Elias beats Kofi Kingston this week. 50-50 booking. How does anybody get over in this situation? How? Does anybody want to explain that to me? Yeah, here's the quick answer. Nobody gets over. Alexa Bliss. We'll talk about Alexa Bliss in a second. I want to thank you guys for showing up tonight, man. We got 2,100 people stopping by the OTS venue tonight. You know, I'm not liking this like situation here, man. We got 2,100 people and only 680 likes. I said the goal was 1,200. What didn't you understand about that? I mean, what have I done here that A, hasn't been entertaining, and B, hasn't been truthful? That deserves a like. hit the thumbs up, man. It's free of charge. Hit the thumbs up, hit that subscribe button down below, and turn on the bell for all notifications. We are looking at a 1,200 like goal for tonight's show, man. So go and do it. I would really appreciate it. It helps out the show tremendously. Tonight's show is sponsored by Blue Chew. BlueChew.com, man. Love my boys over at Blue Chew. After a show like tonight, man, you're definitely going to need some Blue Chew. This shit's going to leave you depressed in more ways than one, man. Don't take it out on your partner, especially in the bedroom. It's time to snap out of it. Raw's over. Pop some Blue Chew. Spring is here. It's time to get sprung. BlueChew.com. It's a unique online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis, but in chewable form. And it comes at a fraction of the cost. This will help you achieve stronger erections to combat all forms of ED. Blue Chew is prescribed online. No visits to the doctor's office, no awkward conversations, no waiting in line at the pharmacy, and it ships right to your front door in a very discreet package. The process is very simple, guys. Sign up at BlueChew.com. Consult with one of their licensed online medical providers, and once you're approved, you'll receive your prescription within days, and it's all done online. And those medical providers are going to work with you to find you the right ingredient and strength for your prescription. And like I said, they are chewable. No swallowing big pills here, man, at all. Easy, easy, easy. And they're made in the USA, and they prepare and ship direct. So it's also cheaper than a pharmacy. So if you guys want some extra confidence in the bedroom when it's time to perform, BlueChew.com. Use code JD at checkout. All you guys have to do is pay the $5 shipping and handling. Awesome stuff. I want to thank Blue Chew for sponsoring tonight's Monday Night Raw podcast right here on Off the Script. That's BlueChew.com. Use code JD at checkout for your free sample. Just pay the $5 shipping and handling. Alexa Bliss. She was back in the Alexa's playground backstage. She had Lily sitting next to her. Bliss said she and Lily have been best friends for a very long time. She said when a girl told her she couldn't have a bite of her ice cream cone, she shoved that little bitch right off the swing. She fell and broke her arm. Now, you know, I don't know how you guys feel. I don't care who you are with. If it's a family member or if it's a partner, boyfriend, girlfriend, wife, husband, whatever. If I have an ice cream cone and I have a milky substance that's all wet and it's melty, I'm not giving anybody a bite of my fucking ice cream. I'm not sharing ice cream with somebody else. If I had ice cream in a cup and you had an extra spoon, you can maybe take a nice little scoop of my ice cream. But if you're going to want a bite of my ice cream cone that's already fucking in the process of melting, bro, get away from me. You are not licking my ice cream cone. You are not taking a bite of my ice cream cone. Go get your own fucking ice cream cone. So as far as I'm concerned, this story that Alexa Bliss is telling them, or telling us, I would have been like that little girl that she shoved on her ass. You ain't getting my ice cream cone. It's nasty. Then I got to eat all her ice cream anyway, and that was fun. She told teachers afterwards that Lily told her to do it. She said the teachers thought she was bonkers. She said Lily didn't like him, and she doesn't like any of the women wrestlers in WWE either. She giggled and swung on the swing. They went to a close-up of Lily, who giggled, and then a brief shot of Bliss sweating black liquid. So, let me get this straight. Alexa Bliss is clearly not mentioning The Fiend. Lily didn't like him. Is the only thing that we got in reference to Bray Wyatt, who we didn't see on this show tonight, and I got news on him. And then she mentions that Lily doesn't like any of the women wrestlers in WWE either. So it looks to me that WWE is giving Alexa Bliss all of the Fiend's powers, and she's going to be back in the ring performing under this darker character. Now, I don't know if that's going to be a good thing or not. I don't really want another supernatural gimmick on television. We already had enough with Bray Wyatt, and that was a fucking failure in every sense of the word. Now we got to get it in Alexa Bliss. Not really interested in that. I don't want to see fireballs and magic and fucking lighting fixtures falling from the sky. I don't want to see any of the black goo. I don't want to see any of this shit. I want professional wrestling, man. I love a good character just as the next guy does. But this is fucking ridiculous. It really is. If you want Alexa Bliss to be in a situation where she's going to thrive more, it's not going to be in the ring with this character. Because who exactly is going to beat her? Who exactly is going to be? You're already putting it in the mind of everybody that she's targeting the other women wrestlers on the WWE roster. Is she targeting the Raw Women's Championship? Who exactly is going to beat her? What is the recipe to success for beating Alexa Bliss? It's going to be a situation where she's not going to lose. What Alexa Bliss needs to do is be a leader of a cult group, a stable of sorts. Honestly, I don't know what they do or who they get, but they could certainly do something. Maybe they transform Nikki Cross into a dark character like she was back in NXT. This crazy fucking psychotic, just mental case. Maybe put her in there. What is she doing? Where the fuck is she? A talent like that not being used. What about Dexter Lumis? How long is that shelf life on NXT television? I don't know. I really don't know. What about, what's her name? Darby's ex-wife. We could have her in the group too. Gigi Dolan, I think is her new WWE name. Maybe she could be in the group. She was a dark character, like kind of gothic and whatnot. Maybe they could put her in the group. Maybe it could be an all-female group and one guy. Dexter Lumis kind of fits the bill there. WWE could really have fun with this if they really actually tried and looked up and down their roster at who they have that could fit the bill to go with Alexa Bliss. Bray Wyatt, I don't know what he does. I don't know where Bray Wyatt fits into all this. The character is dead. Bray Wyatt is legitimately dead. So, all you Bray Wyatt geeks out there, I'm sorry to tell you, man, he ain't going anywhere. He ain't going anywhere. Seems like WWE fucking cut his balls off and fed them to Alexa Bliss. Booker T. He says Bray Wyatt's Fiend character isn't about wins and losses. Oh, really? I'm sorry, Booker. Isn't Bray Wyatt still a professional wrestler? How many times did The Undertaker lose? Would you ever beat The Undertaker as much times as you did Bray Wyatt? If The Undertaker continued to lose every single fucking time he was out there, how many people would take The Undertaker to be serious? I know I wouldn't. So why should Bray Wyatt be any different? Why are there different rules nowadays than there were back then? It's the same fucking premise. It's the same vision. It's pro wrestling. You win, you look like a winner in the eyes of the fans. You lose, you look like a fucking loser in the eyes of the fans. Bray Wyatt, he was talking about Bray Wyatt. Many fans were left feeling deflated by how Bray Wyatt vs. Randy Orton ended at WrestleMania. Booker T seems to understand and explained on his Hall of Fame radio show that the Fiend isn't about wins and losses. Fans need to strap in and enjoy the ride, he says. Enjoy the ride on Monday night? No thanks, Book. He says, and I quote, said it many times, and I don't know if anyone's hearing me or not. The Fiend's career is not about wins and losses. I don't think it should be about wins and losses because, I mean, we saw what happened. So let me get this straight. The Fiend's career is not about wins and losses. How is that a factual statement when The Fiend is basing all of his storylines on everybody in his past that beat him? Seeking revenge on all of those people that beat him. So it must be about wins and losses, right? I immediately killed all discussion right there because Booker T clearly is a fucking idiot. The Fiend's entire character is based off revenge for everybody that beat him. John Cena, Braun Strowman, Bray Wyatt, Randy Orton. Fucking unbelievable stupidity. Everybody that Bray Wyatt lost to is going to suffer a loss in revenge. That's the premise of the storyline. But it's not about wins and losses. So if you take all of those situations where he lost as his previous gimmick, comes back with this new gimmick, and is seeking revenge, but in the end loses anyway, how exactly am I supposed to take that serious, book? What a dumb fucking take. An absolute dumb take. The Fiend got beat, lights go out, everybody disappeared. So did the Fiend really get beat? Could the Fiend have kicked out? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? The guy took an RKO. 1, 2, 3. Was he fucking drunk when the match happened? He could have kicked out. I didn't see a fucking kick out. I saw a fucking geek in a goddamn fucking Halloween mask after being burned alive. He was fucking kicked in the balls with this entire storyline. Burned alive. Goes into a WrestleMania match, in a wrestling match, and loses to an RKO after being burned alive. I don't know what I'm reading here. I really don't. Is the Fiend taking Randy Orton on a ride? What's going to happen next? To be continued. That's the way I look at it. I think the Fiend is more character-based than anything, man. I think the Fiend is just going to make a story something different as far as the Fiend is concerned. As far as Bray Wyatt goes, as far as mixing those characters. One day I'm happy, one day I'm mad. You know, you got Alexa Bliss as well playing this role, something totally different than she's done before. How anybody listens to Booker T's podcast, man? I don't know. God bless you. You like being treated like a fucking idiot, and you go listen to the Hall of Fame podcast with Booker T. Moving on. Sarah Schreiber interviewed Catering and Catering. And she asked if it was appropriate behavior by them. Rose said that they're not bullies. She said Jackson Baszler watched her slipping over and over and over again. Yeah, so did the entire fucking internet. Jax walked up to them, so they ran away. Sure, Titus was serving something in Catering that they smelled down the hallway, and they ran right in that direction. Baszler then came up to Nia Jax and was very angry. Poor Shayna Baszler. Got pinned in this match again. How many pins has Shayna Baszler taken in this year alone, man? She goes from being a fucking absolute savage to a fucking loser. Wins and losses don't matter, says Booker T. Huh? Sure thing, Book. She lost because of her. She got in Jack's face. You better start paying attention or else. And Jax asked, or else what? Angel Garza walked up to Jax, and then he asked, what do you really see in that clown, Reginald? Oh, here we go. The best you got for Angel Garza is having him flirt with Nia Jax. Awesome. God, this show sucks. This show sucks. Drew McIntyre versus Mace and T-Bar. This match went to a DQ because Mace and T-Bar were double teaming them, or double teaming him rather. Not them yet. Double teaming Drew McIntyre, Braun Strowman. Whee! The Strowman Express is pulling on in. You know, the Dummy Express is coming on through. I don't have the sound effect queued up, otherwise I'd play it. So he comes off and he makes the save here. We go to commercial break, and I'm thinking to myself, of course we're booking a tag team match, because you booked T-Bar and Mace in a handicap match with Drew McIntyre, willingly knowing that you can't beat them in a handicap match. Two guys that size losing to a guy like Drew McIntyre, give me a break. So they book a match knowing that they can't beat T-Bar and Mace. So then they book a DQ finish here, and then have Braun Strowman come down and make the save, and then book a tag team match. It's great. It's a great job there, Vince. Really creative stuff. Really, really creative. Love it. Mace and T-Bar win here in a DQ. Nothing happened here. I mean, this was a boring tag team match. Turned into a tag team match after the break. Braun tagged out to Drew after a few minutes. Drew was doing his thing. Kipped up. He yanked Mace's mask off. He then yelled at him and said, "I did you a favor." Mace slapped him. We seen Dio Madden's face for the first time since he was removed from WWE commentary all those months back when Heyman was still in charge. Drew slapped him, whacked him over and over with his mask. Referee called for the bell. Braun Strowman then ripped T-Bar's mask off. "Off comes the clown mask," Braun said. Imagine Braun calling somebody else a clown. Braun doesn't need a mask to be a clown. It's the funny thing. Drew yelled that they're getting started or just getting started. Listen, this match was a complete waste of time to everybody involved. Look on the bright side of things. I genuinely think and hope that WWE is facilitating change here for T-Bar and Mace. Hopefully they go back and shed these fucking names and go back to what they are usually calling themselves, Dominic Dijakovic and Dio Madden. Hopefully we get these changes as far as they are concerned in the weeks to come. The shitty thing is the characters are always going to have the baggage of Retribution. Like, they're going to be known as Retribution for the rest of their careers. Like, you already have sullied their careers early on Monday Night Raw. Nobody's going to be able to forget what they've done. It's such a failure. An absolute failure for both of these guys. And it's sad. It really is. Now, I don't know what's going to happen here. I don't know if they're going to be aligned with the Hurt Business, MVP, Bobby Lashley. I don't know. I don't know. But at least we got their masks off. So that's the one thing I'm interested to see next week. What are they doing with these two now that they don't have to wear the masks? We'll see what happens. Mia Yim and Shane Thorne, the other two that were part of Retribution. Apparently, they moved Mia Yim and Shane Thorne over to the SmackDown brand. No explanation at all, no storyline. They just, whatever. Didn't even want to be bothered with explaining anything. I'm not even sure this is going to be mentioned on commentary by Michael Cole. So with the demise of Retribution as an act, Mia Yim, who was known as Reckoning, has been officially shifted to the SmackDown brand, as has Shane Thorne. I don't know what you expect from Mia Yim on SmackDown. She could be a big thing if WWE lets her go. I didn't think she was that good to begin with as Mia Yim. I thought she was very overrated. And that's in NXT. Imagine her being on the main roster. Never translates to being the same. There's no reason why she shouldn't be in contention for a title or stringing along some victories. That women's division could get an added boost with her being in there as her regular self. Shane Thorne is very good. I don't know what he does. Maybe they move him back to SmackDown. I know And this is why I'm surprised that they didn't really go and tell this story on Monday Night Raw. Shane Thorne could have also been unmasked, and they could have really brought up the fact that MVP was scouting Shane Thorne and Brandon Vink, if you guys remember that name, back during the pandemic shows at the PC. Maybe they team him with Brendan Vink over on SmackDown and pair them two Australian guys together. I don't know. I can't see him doing much of anything as a solo act over there. So we'll see what happens. But anything is better than being on Monday Night Raw. Look at the bright side. And the fucked up thing is, you know, I know a lot of the couples in WWE tend to be on the same brand. Mia Yim moving to SmackDown, it's really weird to me because everybody else that's a couple in WWE is on the same brand. Mia Yim is moving over to SmackDown, but Keith Lee is on Monday Night Raw. What exactly is happening with Keith Lee? That's what I want to know. It has been so top secret as far as what is the situation with Keith Lee. Now they moved his wife over there, fiancé, soon-to-be wife, Mia Yim, over to SmackDown. Does he move over to SmackDown? Does he stay on Raw? Does he even have a job? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. But that is the latest there. So maybe we'll see her on Friday. No idea. Miz versus Damien Priest. This went 7 minutes. Wasn't all that good. The Miz is awful. The Miz is just a fucking terrible professional wrestler, man. It's almost as if he is trying hard not to wrestle. It's almost as if he's a cosplay wrestler at this point. Nothing about The Miz is impactful at all. Nothing. So, Maurice grabbed Priest's leg in this thing. He had control of The Miz. Maurice grabbed his leg. Miz knocked Priest to the floor. He threw Priest into the barricade at ringside for some control. Miz mounted him, punched away at Priest on the mat. Went for a cover, only got a 1 count. Miz went to a chin lock. Yes, a Miz chin lock is going to take down Damien Priest, right? Miz threw some it kicks at Priest. Priest blocked one, slammed Miz's face first into the mat. Maurice then got on the apron and distracted Priest. And then Miz scored a 2 count with his legs on the second rope. Just like last week, Priest came right back, hit his finisher call, hit the lights for the win, and that was it. 50-50 booking. Who gets over? Nobody. Nobody gets over. Sheamus. Sheamus stood in the middle of the ring. He is the new United States champion. He said, there is something the world needs to know. This is your United States champion. Meaning himself. He said, it'll be like that for a long, long time. He asked anyone who wants to put their hands on real gold, come and get it. So of all the names that we got in WWE, out comes Humberto! Carrillo. Humberto Carrillo. Not sure what he's doing on Monday Night Raw. Usually his favorite day in catering is Tuesday for obvious reasons. But Humberto Carrillo comes out, and I gotta admit, man, this guy looks like a fucking shredded beast, does Humberto Carrillo. Too bad that all that work in the gym is not going to land you a spot on Monday Night Raw. Maybe it does after this. I don't know. Maybe they're just looking to feed Sheamus some wins after they've given him nothing but losses for the majority of 2021. So Carrillo came out and answered this challenge. He came out and he did his thing in the ring. He posed. Sheamus attacked him from behind, threw him to the ringside barricade. And Sheamus continued the attack. He continued to beat him down. Bro kick. He was yelling at Humberto that he's not in his league. He stood over holding the United States Championship. Saxton said others might think twice before wanting to answer Sheamus's open challenge. Yeah, that's what we're doing, Bruce. You can't do anything original, so you got to go back to the tired, bland, done already, open challenge. Give me a break. Come on. Give Sheamus a fucking feud and build some credibility with him in that United States Championship. Come on. Humberto Carrillo is not the answer. After all these years of this guy sitting on this roster, not doing shit, now you want to throw him out there? Nobody even realized he still had a job. Nobody knows who the fuck he is. Nobody barely even recognizes him. Who is it? Humberto Carrillo, if you wanted to push him, you should have kept up with what Paul Heyman wanted to do, but you took him off TV and you fed him L after L after L after L, where his favorite letter in the alphabet was letter L. You guys know my song. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, Humberto! You know. His favorite letter in the alphabet is L. Loser. Or maybe it's T for that food that is associated with Tuesday. I don't know. Whatever. Some pico, some cheese. Black beans, pinto, which one you like? I like a little bit of both. Moving on. Charlotte the android against Asuka. This match was the main event of Monday Night Raw. This match was not all that good. Charlotte is overrated. Overrated. We went to commercial break. Asuka was on the defensive here. She came back, fired back with a snap German suplex. She landed a big running kick for a 2 count. Ripley was on the outside. No, not Ripley from the Alien series. Rhea Ripley, the Raw Women's Championship. Or champion. Even though Ripley from Aliens would probably be a lot cooler than Rhea Ripley. So, Asuka and Charlotte botched in the middle of this match. I don't remember what it was. Maybe it was a running shining wizard or something along the lines of that. They were both slow to get up. They almost performed as if they didn't want to be there. Something's off with Charlotte. Something is off with Charlotte, man. She ain't looking like the greatest of all time as of late. Don't know why. So Charlotte speared Asuka for a near fall. Charlotte went for a figure 4, but Asuka grabbed the ropes. Charlotte dropped to the floor with a handstand. Charlotte went to go point at Rhea Ripley. Stay out of my way, bitch. Stay out of my way. Let me show you how it's done. Charlotte went to clip Asuka's legs, but Asuka leapfrogged her, applied the Asuka lock. Charlotte grabbed the bottom rope to force a break. Charlotte then chop blocked Asuka's legs, applied the figure 4. She then went into the figure 8. She was near the ropes, and Rhea Ripley yanked Charlotte down to break the figure 8. Charlotte went to go grab Rhea Ripley. Asuka kicked Charlotte in the chest and got the 1, 2, 3 with a crucifix off of the kick. Just like Riddle beating Orton, same exact way. Not really shocking that Rhea Ripley was involved. I was thinking that she would get involved anyway and more than likely lead to a fuck finish. Then we get a triple threat match at WWE WrestleMania Backlash between Rhea Ripley, Asuka, and Charlotte, with Charlotte pinning Asuka and winning the Raw Women's Championship back. But I don't know, man. I don't know. The post-match attack, Charlotte attacked the referee afterwards, really blamed him for the incompetence here. She beat on him in the corner, threw him around, threw a barrage of elbows to the back of his head. Another referee came out, told Charlotte to get off of him. She stood up smiling. She went after the ref again. Saxon said it's not the official's fault she lost the match. She called it classless behavior. Oh, he called it classless behavior. But that's the way the show went off the air. I don't know exactly what's going on here with Charlotte. Like I said, I thought it was maybe leaning towards a triple threat match, but with the Raw Talk news breaking that she's being fined $100,000 and being indefinitely suspended, Seems like they're moving on with Asuka versus Rhea Ripley. And I don't know, man. I really don't know. Jesse may be right. It looks like they may be positioning Charlotte as the one to continuously put over the new talent. The new hierarchy in WWE looks like Sasha, Bianca, Bayley. Then when Becky comes back, it's going to be Becky at the top there as well. Looks like Charlotte may be the worst off of the horsewomen. I don't really know what's going on there. So we'll see what happens. At the end of the day, I don't care. Charlotte off of television is actually a blessing to me. I think she's fucking absolutely horrendous. I don't think she adds anything of value to the show. I think WWE has jammed Charlotte down our throats so much that it's at a point where it's legitimately just go the fuck away and stay away. Enough of this agenda. There are so many other women not getting opportunities because you constantly want to be fed every single week. There are so many other women on this show that are probably better than Charlotte up and down in that ring. So I don't know what's happening. Is Charlotte being legitimately punished because of Andrade? Is it WWE's pettiness? Are they really doing that to Charlotte? Is it a storyline? Are they really trying to develop sympathy for Charlotte as a heel? I don't know. But at the end of the day, as many weeks as Charlotte is off TV, it's probably the best thing for the show, as far as that women's division is concerned. And that division really doesn't suffer with or without Charlotte. It doesn't really matter. The division sucks anyway. It really does. Asuka and Rhea Ripley, they're going to need a lot more to be, as far as them being up at the top, they're going to need a lot more underneath them to really build that division. Is WWE going to be calling some women up from NXT? I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but this situation is very interesting, and I will keep my eyes out for any news as far as what is really going on with Charlotte Flair and that Raw women's division. Guys, that is it, man. Super chats are open. So get them on in. Let's hang out. We got 872 likes, man. We're so close to 1,000. Hit that thumbs up. If you have not hit that thumbs up yet, hit that thumbs up. Let's try for 1,200 on the live stream tonight. Thank you guys so very much. Follow me on Twitter as well, at JDfromNY206. That's Twitter and Instagram. Hit that subscribe button down below and turn on that bell for notifications. Blue Chew. They sponsored the show tonight. BlueChew.com. Use code JD at checkout for your free FREE sample. Appreciate you guys. Let's go over these super chats, man. We got a lot to get through here tonight. We've got some music playing in the background. See what's going on as far as the YouTube super chats. As always, let me refresh my page because I don't know what's going on with this super chat option in the YouTube live stream control room. Not really ideal for us creators, man. They always disappear. We got a $5 super chat from my boy Battle Raps Corona. It's my boy James. If you guys want analysis and breakdowns, if you guys are into the battle rap scene, my boy James is where it's at, man. Go check him out. Battle Raps Corona. $5 super chat. Thanks, buddy. Joshua Bennett with a 1996 super chat. Go Yankees. Road to 28. See you tomorrow night, JD. The Yankees are coming for the W's. The Yankees are 5-10, Joshua. Don't play that shit with me. They're playing worse than the Braves right now. Ryan Heisler with a $5 super chat. Bro, I would rather drink an entire bottle of Pepto-Bismol and be on the toilet for 3 hours than watch Monday Night Raw. Excited for your Resident Evil 8 stream. You know, I missed the fucking demo. I didn't know the demo was only one fucking day. Goddamn Capcom, man. I was ready to record something today. I'm like, let me boot it up. I downloaded it. It says the demo's coming in 5 days. It's great. Super cool. $5 super chat. What's up, JD? I didn't even watch Monday Night Trash tonight. So I watched a couple of episodes of Superman and Lois, which was more entertaining. Good for you, bro. You made the right creative decision. Ali with a $4.99 super chat. First of all, JD, I'm sorry for last Friday when I kept mentioning The Fiend twice. It won't happen again. Good. Good. Fuck Bray Wyatt. Thank you, Ali. Jacob Donnelly, the Beast, $5 super chat. I'm going to need 4 Jack and Cokes inside the venue after watching that episode of Raw. 4, Jacob? It's happy hour, bro. Go get yourself a double. I'll see you on Twitch tomorrow, buddy. Me and Soldier. Warzone duos. Going for the dub. Chris Hassel with a $9.99 super chat. If you're given a date to be CEO of WWE, the 3 things you have to do is release Vince of his duties forever, fire Bruce, and make Triple H CEO and WWE will be more better. Fire Vince, fire Bruce, and make me head of creative. Everything goes through me. Those are my 3 decisions there. That's what I would do. And I want to handpick my creative team. That's what I want to do. Johnny Cloud9 with a $4.99 super chat. He says nothing. Thank you for the $4.99, bro. Don't be shy inside the venue. Remember to tip your bartender. They don't work for free. Chris with a $4.99 super chat. This show absolutely sucks. OTS, greater than Raw, all day, every day, brother. Chris, I know. Thank you, man. Johnny Cloud with another $4.99 super chat. This time he does tip his bartender. He has a message. There isn't enough pot in this world to get me through this terrible show. Thanks, JD, for everything that you do. Johnny, keep smoking it up, bro. Keep smoking it up, man. Wilhelm Rupenshire. Still my favorite fucking name out of all these super chats, man. He donates a 666 super chat. What are you telling me there, Wilhelm? Could you imagine paying money to go watch an episode of Raw live these days for 3 hours? Inconsequential, repetitive garbage. Segment after segment. I know, man. Yet there will be people that do it. When they're allowed to, they will do it. Believe me. Rick O'Shea with a $4.99 super chat. JD, what if Aleister Black became Al Bundy Black? What if he was a shoe salesman? What if he was married with children? Could this save Raw? Who plays Kelly Bundy? My question. No. You got a weird imagination, Ricochet. I'll tell you that, man. Thank you for the $4.99. Pony Soze with a $14.99 YouTube super chat says nothing. Don't be shy, Pony. Remember to tip your bartender, man. They don't work for free. Mr. Cake with a $5 super chat. Didn't watch Raw, went to a juice bar, so no more. This is my brutality, huh? Shame. Hey, JD, thoughts on WWE's reaction to AEW's ratings being, well, shit. What do you mean, no more? This is my brutality. They got rid of that theme music? Did I really fall asleep during this show? And was this an alcoholic juice bar, Mr. Cake? Otherwise, that sounds just as boring as watching Raw. Though I do love me some Jamba Juice, man. I will admit. I love me some Jamba Juice, bro. Thank you for the $5, man. Tenario with the $10 super chat. Charlotte Flair reminds me of Triple H during his reign of terror in 2002-2005. Charlotte is worse. Charlotte is absolutely worse. Lauren Hutton with a $2 super chat. So Randy won at Mania but loses 2 Raws in a row. Yeah. It's pretty much a big fuck you to Bray Wyatt. Rafael DeLuna with a $1.99 super chat. The Tribal Chiefs promos are absolutely legendary. Oh, I know. Roman Reigns is great. The Gary Sphere. $5 super chat. Hey, JD, what's the best way to personally contact you? Tried on Instagram with no luck. Gary, email. My email is, I believe, in my Twitter bio, bro. Just go email me, JDfromNY206 at yahoo.com. I may reply late because I suck with emails, but I'll see it. Dave Melee with a $4.99 super chat. I haven't watched Raw and SmackDown in months, and I don't plan on starting anytime soon. Bro, listen, it's the best thing for your health, guaranteed. It's like cleansing yourself on it with a new diet, bro. Don't go back. William Robertson with a $9.99 super chat. JD, thanks for all you do for us fans for OTS. What do you think is going to have to happen either in the business or in WWE itself for Bruce and Vince to agree to change this crap they put on TV? They get significantly less with the revenue that they got coming in on these TV deals. They're making their money, man. They don't give a fuck what they put on. That money is already in the bank, guaranteed. They don't give a fuck what they put on. That's their problem. Big Wheezy with a $10 super chat. The most important thing about a wrestling show when you first listen to it is the commentary. That guy isn't gonna succeed. Makes you want Morrow or Phillips back, huh? Morrow's the best in the world. Phillips is fucking leagues better than Adnan Virk. Yes, and I agree. The commentary is one of the most important things about a wrestling show. Absolutely. Gavin Deeth with an Australian $5 super chat. Vikings are rating Titus Catering. That's the only thing that they're rating these days because the tag team division is dead. Dave Melee with another $4.99 super chat. You keep saying WWE has a brain trust. I'm guessing he is more of a brain fart. Yeah, that. I might have misspoke when I said brain trust. The only brain you could trust around here in the community is me. Remember that. Phil with a $9.99 super chat. I know you did a text tone for us on the last SmackDown review. Now all we need is a ringtone for phone calls. It's free reign. If you could do that, that would be great. P.S. Thank you for being you. Phil, listen, I love you, buddy. You've donated a lot to the show. All you got to do is type in Legionary off the script in YouTube. Take the off the script theme music, download it as an MP3, and make it into a ringtone. Very simple, man. 803 Domain 1 with a $4.99 super chat. JD, to be honest, what they're doing with Roman really isn't that good as well. The last match he won clean was against Jey Uso. Think about that. I might have to refund you $4.99, Domain 1. What they're doing with Roman Reigns really isn't that good. Without Roman Reigns, WWE is in fucking shambles. It's a complete shithole. Roman Reigns is easily the best thing on WWE television. Easily. That's not really saying much because everything else sucks. It's the best heel in the industry right now. And he's a great storyteller. Give him his due. Fiend Fan 2009 with a $4.99 super chat. I don't really get the hate for Charlotte. She's one of the best female wrestlers in the world, and she has really improved her character recently. This guy's a fucking cocksucker. Fiend Fan 2009. Get him the fuck out of the chat. Gonna end up refunding you $5, bro. I'd rather give you your $5 back than have to read that fucking message all over again. Charlotte sucks. She's overrated and nowhere near one of the best in the world. Fuck out of here. Sasha Banks is fucking by far and away greater than Charlotte will ever be. And it fucking kills you to know that. Charlotte knows it. Sasha knows it. Mikaze knows it. Everybody knows it. Deal with it. Just like Charlotte, the Fiend is dead. Well, just like the Fiend, Charlotte is dead. Let me rephrase that so it makes a little bit more sense. Captain Levi, 6KD. I'm very shy. Don't be shy, bro. Thank you for the $2 super chat. Jericho8131 with a $10 super chat. Thinking back to last week, if Alexa said she didn't need the Fiend, then why did she waste all these months trying to resurrect him with satanic rituals just to help Orton win in the end? I don't know, man. You make sense. You make too much sense to me, Jericho. Cody Tyler Clyde with a $5 super chat. Just want to say, what's up, bro? What is one moment that made you walk away from WWE? Mine was 4 years after John Cena's mine. Mine was 4 years after Jason Jordan Angle in 2015. John Cena made me walk away, man, when they started pushing him like Hulk Hogan. That's what really got me. Honestly. I don't know if these are the last remaining super chats. Let me see here, man. We got a couple more to read through, and then we're going to get the hell out of here. Furious Nation with a $5 super chat. Monday Night Raw is truly the worst show on TV. I can't wait to rip this show apart tomorrow. Rip it away, bro. Rip away. Scooter the U-Smith with a $5 super chat. With you mentioning me and you moving to SmackDown, maybe it behooves them to move Keith Lee there as well and rebuild him up as a strong contender to go after Roman. I don't know. Well, what good does that make, bro? Roman is not losing. Nor should he. Raging Girl Gamer with $4.99 super chat. I may refund this one to Charlotte Flair is greater than the Braves. Yeah, right. The Braves are actually playing as bad as Charlotte is in the ring right now, but it is what it is. Jace with a $5 super chat. Found your channel during WrestleMania. Already love the content, bro. Keep it up. And the good work. Better than the other geeks in this community. Jace. I know. Come on, man. I appreciate that, brother. Thank you so much, man. WrestleMania was a big week. Glad you found me. Hopefully you stay and enjoy the fucking show, man. Furious Nation, $5 super chat. Asuka vs. Charlotte has absolutely been done to death. And no, Charlotte is not the best. I don't want to hear one peep from any of these Charlotte geeks. Overrated! That's exactly what she is, man. What are your favorite Mortal Kombat characters? I don't have one. I'm boring. Reptile, Scorpion, Liu Kang. Those are my favorite characters, man. Furious Nation with a $5 super chat. If Mia Yim is now on SmackDown and Keith Lee follows, give Keith Lee versus Roman Reigns for the Universal title Survivor Series 2009 rematch. For what? For him to lose? No. Keep him on Raw. They need baby faces on Raw. Why are you going to move a baby face over to SmackDown? They got plenty of baby faces over there. Alex Ollie with a $2 super chat. Usually watch Joe made the switch. English, please. Watch Joe made the switch. No idea what that means, bro. Fallen Exposure with a $2 super chat. When was the last good year that WWE was good? It's a good question. I don't know. I really don't. 1998, 2000, 2002. I don't know. It's got to be fucking 2 decades ago. Majin with a $5 super chat. Hey, JD, got a throwback question for you. Out of all Bret Hart WWE Championship reigns, which one was more meaningful? His heel one. His heel one, because it really showed how great and diverse of a character he really is. He was very underappreciated as a heel. Israel, $5 super chat. Hey, JD, I'm glad I didn't watch this crap. I'd rather watch you and support you. And how hard it is that everybody put a thumbs up on it. Damn it. Yes, we are only 60 away from 1,000. I'd love 1,000. Listen to Israel, man. Hit the fucking thumbs up. Oh, Alex Ollie. I know what you meant now. I appreciate that, brother. We do it better over here anyway, man. And Paul Jackson with a $5 super chat. Do you think Charlotte is having an affair with Vince and Bruce? What other reason is she on TV? Also, Priest or Maiden? No, Charlotte is not having an affair with Vince and Bruce, Paul. They just love their big-breasted blondes. Also, I'm taking Judas Priest over Iron Maiden. I was never an Iron Maiden guy, bro. Never. I thought Iron Maiden was very simplistic and one-dimensional. Plus, I always enjoyed Rob Halford and Tim Owens. Their vocal style so much better than Bruce Dickinson. That's just me. That's just my opinion. I don't know. Maybe you guys who listen to metal think otherwise, but I'm more of the high-pitch octave guy, you know, than Bruce Dickinson. Furious Nation with a $5 super chat. Did you know that Ricochet is the current cupcake maker for Titus? Yes, I know. I'm fully aware. Fully aware. Titus works inside the OTS venue, man. And then Tenario128 with a $5 super chat. These trolls have no life, bro. I'm not really paying attention to the trolls, man. See, I've developed such a thick skin on YouTube where I got a great mod team. They're taking care of it for me. That I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to stress about it. Their messages are not seen by anybody, and they're typing away as they got their Alexa Bliss posters hanging on the wall ready to jerk off after the stream is over with a bottle of lube and a box of tissues next to their bed. I'm over here making money. I'm over here fucking killing it in the IWC. #1 podcast every single night live on YouTube, man. These guys don't know jack shit. They type and type and type away, and their messages get banished into the fucking obscurity of YouTube. Love it. Demon Diva Issa with a $4.99 super chat. Hit 10K. Thanks for the shout out and support. Listen, now it's on to 15K, okay? Now we're going to do 15K. Why? Because Roman demands it. I'm not talking about Reigns. I'm talking about the little fur baby at home. Roman demands it. Okay? And Kal-El with a $5 super chat. What's up, JD? Mustangs rule and Raw does not. Night, bro. I know, man. I know, bro. Guys, I'm about to get out of here, man. This show fucking sucked the life out of me. I'll be back tomorrow with NXT. Karrion Kross is already calling out John Cena. We'll talk about it. Follow me on Twitter at JDfromNY206. That's Twitter and Instagram. Hit that subscribe button down below if you have not done so. Hit that like button. 40 likes away from 1,000. Come on. If you watched Raw The least you could do is hit that thumbs up. I'm taking my cold beverage, guys. My beverage is still cold. Windows are down. It's going to be 73 degrees in New York City, man. The fucking windows are down. And that music, turn that motherfucker up to max. Give me those guitar emojis in the chat. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for NXT. See you guys later.